lot of people think that, oh, I can't detail my car unless I have this. And I can't detail my car unless I have a pressure washer or a steamer or this, that, and the other thing. You don't need any of that. A garden hose and a bucket is really all you need. Just get out and wash your car.
How to streamline your weekly wash.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
And this is the DIY Detail Podcast. Today, we're going to look at different strategies on how to streamline your weekly wash so it's more fun, it's more enjoyable, and you get out driving instead of washing.
Ivan, we want to save people time and we also want to make their washes better. I think if you're going to talk about a weekly wash, we got to reduce friction points. We have to make this as easy as possible, as repeatable as possible. Eliminating setup is huge as it relates to what's going to motivate me to get out there and what's going to actually get me done faster.
Yeah. If you have a garage, so we're assuming you have a garage, please put your pressure washer up on the wall with a hose reel. You will thank yourself many, many, many times for doing it. Yes, it's a bit of work, but once it's done, it makes it so much easier because all you have to do is flip the switch, turn the water on, pull the hose out, and you're already washing. It's that simple. Many channels have, gone from the bringing out the pressure washer and hooking it all up to having a wall-mounted setup, and they all say the same thing. I wish I had done this many years before.
I'm wishing I had already done it, Ivan.
Yeah, that gives you so much more flexibility and so much more ease. You can drive home, get home, the kids aren't back from school yet, whatever. I want to wash the car. Instead, if you do it the other way, you're driving home and thinking, oh, I have to pull out the pressure washer, unravel the hose, find the extension cord, blah, 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 blah. You talk yourself out of washing your car. So this is a way to break that excuse.
It's happened to me so many times. And then all you really have to do is fill up, a bucket. Seriously, a bucket of water and that's it.
Yeah. And for a lot of people, you don't have a pressure washer and you don't need a pressure washer to detail. That's something else that, stops people from doing this is overthinking. So get out of the rabbit hole a little bit, stick your head out of the hole, look around and see it's not as scary as you think it is. And then you can get above ground and play. But with a lot of people think that, oh, I can't detail my car unless I have this. And I can't detail my car unless I have a pressure washer or a steamer or this, that, and the other thing. You don't need any of that. A garden hose and a bucket is really all you need. Can you do better with a pressure washer? Yes. But can you have fun with just the garden hose and a bucket? Of course you can. And can you wash your car safely? Yes, you can.
So Ivan, I guess tip number one then is get your pressure washer set up as dialed in as you can. Make this as repeatable as possible. And then one efficiency tip is putting things away as you go. As you're washing the car, don't let the mess accumulate. Actually clean as you go. Let's talk about the why on that.
The why is very simple. Again, if you have to clean up the whole mess that you made cleaning your car at the end, it becomes another barrier to you washing your car because you see this unsurmountable obstacle of, I've got so much stuff. Whereas if you put it away as you're using it, so you're done with the pressure washer or your garden hose, put the hose away. Let the car air dry for a minute. It's not going to kill it. Put that hose away, get it out of your way. You're not tripping on it. It's not a trip hazard. It's not in your way. It's put away, ready to go the next time. That saves a lot of time. The other thing is with chemicals and tools like a foam cannon, put them away. If you can have a cart, and again, I'm talking to the shop people here, but if you have a garage at home or even a garden shed that you can put a cart in and have everything that you need on that cart. And when you're done your detail, make sure everything is ready to go the next time. That way, again, you're driving home. It's a nice day. I feel like washing my car. Now you know it takes you 2 minutes after you've pulled in the driveway to be actually washing the car, as opposed to, where did I put the soap the last time? And I'm not sure where this was. And put everything, have a place for everything and everything in its place.
Mise en place, is that how they say it?
Mise en place is a term used in cooking, which means putting everything in place. In other words, if you want to make a really good spaghetti sauce, you don't want to have to go to the grocery store for every separate ingredient. You go to the grocery store, you get all the ingredients you need. You bring them home. Then you cut, you chop, you clean, you get everything ready. Then you make the sauce, as opposed to doing everything sort of haphazardly. Everything is put in its place, ready to go, makes life a lot easier.
All right, let's talk about summertime. It's when we're recording this podcast. You might be listening to this in the wintertime, but bear with us here. Working with the sun, that's going to help you make a more efficient home weekly wash. What does that mean?
So working with the sun, everyone says I'm working in direct sunlight. There's one thing that a lot of mobility detailers haven't clued in on yet. This is a sort of a backside industry secret. There's only one side of the car that's in the sun at all times. You can move the car. It's permitted to move the car when you're detailing it. So start on one side, wash that side, the side that's in the shade, and the shade's not going to change places. But if you move the car around, now the side that was in the sun is now in the shade. So yes, you have to break up your wash into two sections. It can be done, or start early in the morning or wait a little later at night.
How do I break it up into two sections, Ivan? Because the roof is one thing. So do I do the roof first or second? Tell the people.
I like to do the roof in one side first and then do the other side. I'm blessed. I only have small, low sports cars. So it makes it easier. Yes, I have a pickup truck, but it gets washed every 6 months. So not a big deal. But for the cars that I actually want to wash, they're small, they're low, and I don't worry about the sun. And I'm washing out in direct sunlight as well. So my garage faces south, so there's always sun.
It's a good point, Ivan. It really is. We talked about how much time to budget. And I think the mistake you can make is like, oh, Ivan makes it look so easy. Like I can wash my car in 20 minutes. You can. And there's professionals out there that do this. But I want to encourage people out there, give yourself enough time. Don't just sandwich your weekly wash in so tightly that it's stressing you out.
Yeah. Budget for an hour. That to me is a nice, easy to attain number. Of course, in a fully set up shop where you're just driving the car in and everything is set up, ready to go, 20 minutes is easy to attain. But if you're having to pull the pressure washer out or, turning it on, turning the water on, all that time adds up. Again, that 20-minute mark or 15-minute mark is when you're actually in a shop that is ready to go at all times. As a home hobbyist, you don't have that luxury. Now, some of you do. You've gone deep enough down the rabbit hole, but not everyone has that luxury. And giving yourself a bit of setup time and a bit of tear down time incorporated into that. And you don't want to rush. If you are doing this as a business, yes, you want to get that time down as quickly as possible. If you're doing this as a hobby, relax, put on some good music, make sure you're comfortable, and then wash your car.
Because it is fun. It's supposed to be fun. And that's why I'm like, if you try to cram the fun in on too tight of a window, it can start to stress you out and then make it less fun and make it less likely that you'll wash again. So that's just a really chore. It becomes a chore. That's a good point.
Yeah.
One thing I'm passionate about is interiors, and it's easy to let the outside look good, but let the inside go. And so we want to reinforce like doing a weekly wipe down. This is part of streamlining detailing and making it more fun.
Yeah, that weekly wipe down is going to take you 15 minutes at most because you're not going after encrusted grime and stuff like that. It's there. Have a microfiber towel and a bit of waterless wash in the car or rinseless wash, pre-diluted, your choice. And if you do have a spill when you're on the road, let's say you spill your coffee on the way to work in the morning, when you get to work and parked safely, not while you're driving, you're parked safely, clean that little mess up immediately. That way, it's going to make it a lot easier. You're not dealing with something that's had days or weeks or months to dry, but it's done immediately. And that quick weekly wipe down, interior clean and protect, doesn't build up over time. A lot of people assume that protection means something shiny or greasy. It's not. Our interior clean protect leaves your interior clean and protected from UV and protected from static. It's not a dressing. It is a protectant. And that protection, that anti-static protection, especially for me driving convertibles, is really important. So a weekly wipe down, super simple. Another thing that will make your interior detailing so much more enjoyable is get form-fitting floor mats. There's a lot of brands out there. The best known one is WeatherTech, but there's other brands. Find one that fits your car, fits it well. They're made for just about every car now. And you can basically eliminate the need to ever vacuum your car again with those. If you learn how to pull them out without spilling the contents on the floor, pull it out, clean your mat as you're cleaning the outside of the car, put the mat back in, and just that will make your interior seem a lot better.
Ivan, one thing I like to do, because foaming is more fun. I would prefer to do a foam cannon wash, even though it takes longer. But if you're just trying to get your rinseless wash game dialed and you're a dad, right, and you're busy and you just prefer to wash at home, but you're trying to do this in 20 or 30 minutes, get your garden sprayer, your keg, whatever it is that will spray the rinseless wash on, and put distilled water in there. Normally, you don't need distilled water for a rinseless wash mix, but if you're going to store it for a long time. Anyway, the whole idea is just have your rinseless wash ready to go so that if all you need to do is spray rinseless wash on, and it was kind of dirty, so you want to hose it off or pressure wash it off, spray more rinseless wash on again. The only work you're really having to do is just filling up a bucket. And even if you didn't want to like do that, you could put a couple of gallons of water distilled in there at the last second if you wanted to, if you didn't have easy access to water. But most people have access to water. Anyways, I'm just saying, put distilled water in your rinseless wash solution that you're storing, and that will be really versatile for you. Worst comes to worst, you could use that for your interior wipe down too if you wanted to.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Using tap water, the problem with tap water is not the rinseless wash is going to go bad, but it could start to smell. And depending on the tap water, there are some tap waters that there's no smell whatsoever. You could leave the rinseless wash in that water for months and it'll be fine. There are other ones that within 2 days, it smells pretty funky. So your water will vary how it works, but pre-dilute it 256 to 1 or 4 milliliters to a liter, and then you're good to go. And like you say, having that sprayer ready to go. Do not leave a pressurized sprayer pressurized when you're not using it. That's not good for them, especially the plastic ones. So take the pressure out. When you're ready to go, pump it up and go.
Let's talk about window cleaning, Ivan. Getting that done the right way is part of a weekly wash?
Yeah. The windows in your car are your windows to the world. And having a smudge or a smear on those windows is annoying, to say the least, especially if you're commuting back and forth. And some people are commuting east in the morning and west in the afternoon, which means they've got the sun in their face both ways. That sun, when you hit a streak on the windshield, is just annoying. So learn how to clean your windshield properly. And there's a few techniques that can help out. One is the least amount of moisture possible. I can't stress this enough. I've seen people take the spray can of foam and just foam the whole window till it was covered, and then they're rubbing for 20 minutes wondering why they have streaks. That's why. The less you use, the better. The other thing with window cleaning is not allowing dirt to accumulate. If you clean them on a regular basis, it's easy. If you've got the St. Bernard that's rubbing their nose up against the back windows as you're driving down the road, yes, that window is going to have puppy slobber all over it, and it's going to be a little more difficult to clean. But your other windows will be easy to clean. And the more often you clean them, again, the easier they are to clean. One caveat to that, and people who like fragrances in their cars, they sell these things, they're vent clips, they go in your vent, some of them you put essential oils in, et cetera, et cetera. When they're working, when you can smell them, that means you have that essential oil floating around inside the car. It's coating the windows, it's coating the plastics, it's attracting dust, and it's making your windows a lot harder to clean. So if you have a choice between a fragrance and clean windows, I will always pick clean windows. But at the same time, there are other solutions to that. The old school little trees actually do a good job. Now, don't sit it on your console. We saw in our Facebook group recently someone that had one of those little trees sitting on a console, and it actually etched the pattern of the tree into the console. Not a good idea. But hang it from the mirror like we used to do in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and it's fine. The other thing is there's biobombs. Biobombs, great friends of ours. They're a natural product. They work well. You just put it under the seat, so it's not going to stain anything. It's going to work. The fragrance is going to last for a month or so, and they're nice fragrances as well. They're not overwhelming. You don't open the door and say, okay, who spilled the perfume bottle in here?
No, that's a good option for sure. The little bars that you break up.
Yeah.
And put under the seat. Ivan, I love the rabbit hole, but I also take way too long sometimes. And you're the genius of efficiency, it seems, in the car detailing world. So the rabbit hole, simplicity, can they coexist? What do you want people to know?
Yeah. I preach simplicity and ease of use for a reason. it's going to get you out there washing your car more often. No, you don't have to decontaminate your car every week. You don't need to polish it every month. You don't need to do any of that. Just get out and wash your car. And a simple, basic car wash is gratifying. It's rewarding. Sure, you can use a drying aid at the end to help you out and add a little more gloss and pizzazz, some NV glass on the windshield if they're calling for rain that week. But keep it simple. Keep the number of products down. Keep the number of steps down. So all you're doing is cleaning the vehicle. You're actually washing the vehicle. You know, there's a fine line between detailing and washing. I think you're the one that put it this way, Nick. Washing is brushing your teeth. Detailing is going to the dentist. So basically, you don't need to go to the dentist every morning and every night. You brush your teeth every morning and every night. And that carries you through till you get to the dentist. And the better you do that job, the better you are at brushing your teeth, the less work the dentist will have to do when you open your mouth in front of them. So
and guess who the dentist is? You. It's like less work for you later on, the more you maintain your car. But life gets busy, Ivan. Life gets busy. That's the thing, is like, who has time for all this detail and stuff?
Well, everyone has time. And think of it this way. Once you build it into your routine, that, you know, half hour or 1 hour is a time to relax, is a time to get away from the world. It's a time to connect with your vehicle, connect with a loved one, connect with your kids, your wife, your spouse, whatever. Connect with a friend. You know, it can be fun to get two cars together and wash both cars. It's not going to take you that much longer because setup time and tear down are eliminated from one of them. So it makes life easier. And it's a lot of fun washing with two people. That is part of the fun of detailing. Share it with other people. Share your fun, share your knowledge, and enjoy it together. You know, it's a good date night activity too. So if you're on the dating scene, that is something that your date has probably never had offered to them. Say, hey, want to wash our cars together? So give it a try. You never know. Could work out.
That could be fun. Ivan, one thing that I think detailers often do is they overthink things. We had a friend of ours, a friend of the channel. He's like, big detailer. And then he gets a new car and he's like, how do I get bug guts off the front? Is that all clean 15-1? And we were like, wait, are we talking to, because detailers, we just overthink things, Ivan. What do you say to people out there like that? Knowing that like there are people out there who overthink detailing. And when I say because detailing like 15-1 for bug guts is like super simple. He knows this, right?
Yes, he definitely knows it. But at the same time, it's like you say, he just got a new car, new to him. Oh, actually, brand new car. And it's like, okay, what do I do now? You know, what I was doing on my old car was fine, but do I have to change the way I do things on the new car? Detailers all could benefit from a lifelong membership to Overthinkers Anonymous. It's something that's built into us as it's part of being a detailer, it seems, to overthink stuff. And that overthinking overcomplicates as well. Bring back the simplicity. Make it easier for yourself to wash the car. Again, a weekly wash is just that. It's not a weekly detail. It's a weekly wash. And if you're adept at using a rinseless wash, you are going to get it done in under half an hour. If you want to have fun with the foam cannon, by all means, have fun with the foam cannon. And if you want to have fun with the kids, a little trick you can do with the foam cannon is go to the pharmacy, get some Mr. Bubble bubble bath. Spray your kids with that or have them spray you. It's not going to damage the car. Rinse it off before it dries, but you can have fun with that and, bring them into the car wash and detailing aspect of it as well.
Let's end the podcast with exactly how to do a weekly wash, Ivan. You're sitting at home. You got everything exactly as you want it. What's your setup? How are you doing it? In what order?
Okay. First of all, we're getting a chemical on the vehicle. That chemical can be a rinseless wash. It can be Incredible Suds, whichever you prefer. Then you rinse it off. That way you've removed the grit from the surface. Next, get the chemical on there again. That provides lubrication. Fill your wash bucket, whatever you want in it. The Incredible Suds, you'll be diluting 1,000-1. The rinseless wash, 256-1. Get your wash media of choice, wash the car, rinse it off, and dry it. It's just that simple. Now, one other thing that makes washing your car weekly so much more enjoyable and easier is you don't need any special products for the wheels and tires. Whatever you're using to wash the paint will be more than strong enough to clean the wheels and tires if it's only accumulated for a week. You won't need iron remover. You won't need a special wheel cleaner. None of that. And if you put tire dressing on, let's say the first week of the month, the second week of the month, if you don't bring the soap or the rinseless wash to the tire and scrub it, you can get away with not having to apply tire dressing. And then go to the third week of the month, or maybe the fourth, depending on how much water, how much rain you drove through, etc. So you don't have to do a deep cleaning every time. And as I said, properly cleaned wheels, do it once. Get in there with the brushes and get everything done and finish them off with quick beads. Then it makes cleaning them so much easier. And every week, if you're washing your car every week, you don't need special tools. You don't need special products. Whatever you're using on the body will be more than strong enough to get that off.
Yeah, rinseless wash with our wheel and body brush is quite the combination, just for the faces of the wheels. And you can do the tires or not do the tires, but I don't get into the barrels at every wash, and I haven't really noticed any adverse effects. I clean the barrels sometimes, and I don't worry about it too much. But clean them as often as you want. We're talking about time and your ROI on your time and return on investment. So it's like, is it worth my time to do the barrels at every wash? It's like, okay, if you want.
It really depends on the vehicle. For myself, I have one car that brake dust is almost non-existent. I have another car that I drive around the block and it's time to clean the wheels. So, it really depends on the brake pads, the brakes, how they're set up, et cetera, et cetera. But yes, for most vehicles out there, you don't need to do the barrels every week. Do them every other week or once a month, and you'll be fine.
I like the drying blanket as my weekly wash drying towel. Do you have any thoughts on towels, Ivan?
For myself, I use the drying blanket minis or our mini twist towels. One in each hand, and off I go. The first one I'm using more or less as a squeegee. So I'm using it to get the majority of the water off the panel. Then I'm using the second one to finally dry the panel. If I'm using something like Envy or Mist on the surface as a drying aid, I will do that first little wipe, then spray the Envy on and wipe it in. That way my towel lasts a lot longer. I can get around a whole vehicle with two towels. The first one that I use, a squeegee, is going to get soaked. Wring it out, keep going.
And then we mentioned Envy glass sealant, just things that have come up for us in the last week. A lot of people are using a lot of sprays with Envy glass sealant.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
Thank you, but you're wasting your money, you're wasting time, and you're making your life more difficult. I recently did a video with someone. It'll be coming out on his channel eventually. But basically, on one side of the windshield, I sprayed one spray on the windshield and rubbed it in. On the other side, he sprayed two sprays on the towel and rubbed it in. On our way home from the filming studio, as my car that we were using, we hit a nice, big, heavy, a summer thunderstorm, downpour, everything you'd want in a rainstorm. And the side that I did one spray on the glass and wiped it in versus the side that were two sprays on the towel performed a lot better. So as I've mentioned before, don't spray exterior products on your towels, please. And spray them on the surface and rub them in. It's going to make it a lot easier and a lot better for you.
And that'll keep the towels from getting hydrophobic. We want the paint hydrophobic, not the towels.
Correct. And if you are using something like Envy or Mist or whatever on your vehicle, you have a drying aid. When you're done, soak your that towel that you use to dry in a bucket of your rinseless wash or your soap bucket, whatever your wash bucket was. Soak it in there for 10 or 15 minutes. Bring it out, wring it out, let it air dry. You'll be fine. If you're using a really big drying towel, that makes putting it in the bucket a little more difficult. So another option for you would be a small towel, like our mini twist or whatever, even a Mr. Twister for that matter, AKA Nick's favorite, whatever he's doing that day towel.
Glass towel.
Glass towel, but there's other things too. What you can do is spray one spray of Envy on your panel, use the Mr. Twister to spread it around, then dry with your drying blanket. Now, if you have any of the envy that you picked up, it's going to be in that Mr. Twister. That's a lot easier to put in your wash bucket than a big old 1200 GSM towel.
And we just put in our wash bucket with rinseless wash, right? And it'll stop the cross-linking of the envy into the towel.
Yeah, either Rinseless Wash or Incredible Suds, your choice. As long as it has surfactant. So if you're using another brand of Rinseless Wash, make sure it's not a polymer-only Rinseless Wash. If it's a polymer-only Rinseless Wash, that sort of negates that action.
We're trying to save you steps, right? So you already have the wash bucket done with. That's why we'd use the wash bucket. But if you want to put a whole fresh bucket of water and put all clean in there, or Renaissance detergent from the House of Rags, they're our friends. We love their microfiber detergent. Those are also options. It's just, you're telling me my wash bucket that I already used is perfectly good enough. No extra product needed.
No extra product needed. It's fine. Don't overthink it. Yes, there'll be what looks like dirt floating around in the bucket. Don't worry about that. The way the Rinseless Wash and Incredible Suds as well does the same thing. When you're pulling it out of the bucket, it's leaving the dirt in the bucket. So don't worry about it. Again, overthinking. So don't overthink it. That bucket is fine to soak your towel in for a few minutes to stop that cross-linking of the ceramic, and then off you go.
Ivan, we often say less overthinking and more efficiency. How about less talking, more washing? Let's send them to a wash. But let's say they're like, okay, I get the weekly wash. That's very simple. But I want to take it up to the next level. I want to learn how to ceramic coat my ride.
Yeah, that's right up there.